Hello there everybody, Sam's Ghost Trains here, and welcome back to my Ghost Railway. Today I'll be showing you some of my ghost trains and some of their stories of their terrible demises. These stories will thrill you, they will frighten you. Hopefully, they'll entertain you. Here we go. Ow. Oh, hello. Who's this little fellow? Here comes the ghost Garrett. Sightings of the ghost Garrett often take place around the Doncaster area in the late summertime. The ghost Garrett met its demise in 1932 when Henry Fowler, who is now also a ghost, sent the ghost Garrett to Doncaster Works to spy on his arch rival, Sir Nigel Gresley, who is also now a ghost. Of course, Gresley spotted the Garrett because, well, it's a bloody Garrett, isn't it? And he dispatched his team of A4 Pacifics to destroy the ghost Garrett. They backed her into a corner and blocked her safety valves with a tissue. She blew up, taking most of Doncaster Works with her. Goodbye, Ghost Garrett, and sweet dreams. Here comes the next ghost train. In 1915, the superintendent of the GER needed a new locomotive to bring him a nice cup of tea each morning. Hence, these N7s were constructed. One miserable day, the N7 dropped a lump of coal into the tea instead of sugar. Upon drinking it, the superintendent flew into a fit of evil rage and banished the N7 to Cyprus. There are no railways in Cyprus, and so the N7 became a ghost. Never go to Cyprus. Goodbye, little N7. Goodbye. See you in Cyprus. See you in Cyprus. I'm never going to Cyprus. The next ghost train has a terribly heartbreaking story. During the 1950s, her engineer was a kind old man named Cecil. Cecil was blind. Instead of lighting a fire inside his locomotive, Cecil lit the coal in the tender by mistake. When his tender had melted away entirely and the locomotive still failed to start, he began to violently pummel the controls in frustration. The stress caused him a heart attack, hence the promise of the heartbreaking story, and he died inside his engine, forgetting to apply the handbrake as he did so. A strong wind blew the locomotive towards a farm where it crashed off the rails into a ditch, killing a cow as it went. Good night, 3D printed 040 tender engine. Good night. Don't feel too guilty about the cow. It would have gone for burgers 70 years ago anyway.
It's going to happen at Christmas. I am going to end Christmas forever. See you at Christmas.
Oh no. Oh, this ghost train was involved in a famous experiment. Arthur McPeppercorn, the lesser-known brother of Arthur Peppercorn, wanted to outperform his brother and revolutionize the concept of railways as we now know them. In doing so, he designed and built the world's first upside-down railway, known as the RENL, It was the same as a normal railway, just upside down. This locomotive was used to test the upside-down railway, and now it's a ghost. Arthur McPeppercorn was killed in the accident and has been removed from the history books. Never mind, Arthur, never mind. You can always try again tomorrow. Well, you can't because you're a ghost. Well, perhaps your loving brother will step up and finish your noble work. Ah, he's a ghost as well. Never mind, Arthur, never mind. Good night. Oh no, oh no. The next ghost train is familiar to you all, but not as a ghost. It was a leathery morning on the island of Sodor, and Thomas had fallen into a deep psychosis. He told Percy about some of his hallucinations, and Percy being, well, Percy, believed him. "I must try being an aeroplane," shouted Percy stupidly, and he became a ghost. Not because he did try it, but because the ghost gods wanted to punish him for being such a cretin. Good night, Percy. Good night. I'm sure we'll find another engine to take care of the mail train, and if we can't, never mind. Good night, Percy. Don't try to get up. Good night. This bus became a ghost train because it thought it was a train and not a bus. Of course, we all know that buses are buses and trains are trains, but once upon a time, this bus disagreed. One morning at Buggersbury Station, the passengers were expecting their usual pannier tank auto train when this monstrosity arrived instead. The passengers unanimously agreed not to be seen dead on the bus train, but they decided to fill it with cabbages instead. Cabbages, mind you, cabbages. The weight of the cabbages made the bus literally unstoppable, causing it to derail on a curve, flip through 3 fields, crushing a farmer, killing a cat, demolishing a barn, and knocking down a spade. From then on, buses were buses, and trains were trains, and no buses dared to disagree again. Good night, bus. Good night. You were never welcome here on the railway anyway, and now you're a ghost. Forever. Good night, little bus. Good night. Thanks for coming out then. Ta-ta.